Welcome everybody to a brand new show here on Compas on the Beat, a show designed to preview or recap a WWE Premium Live event. I'm Fernando Ramirez. I am a staff writer for the Sporting Tribune. I am also the co-founder of Compas on the Beat, and with me is Vic Corona, aka Vic the producer. We're here to talk about Vic, how are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, thanks for having me. I know I'm here pinch hitting for Gilbert. He's away for a little bit, so I was happy to, make sure that we have some content here for you. And with the Royal Rumble coming up, I figured this would be a great spot for you to let us know what's going on with the Royal Rumble.
No, and I mean, it's like when we were talking about it, it's Heelberto's hour was what he was doing during the season. And I mean, I thought when you pitched this idea, I'm like, you know what, this is actually a really good idea. I mean, get and talk a little bit about WWE and breaking some of this stuff down. It's awesome. And obviously we're headed to the Super Bowl next week. I'm sure we're gonna talk to some wrestlers out there, some combat sports guys. So definitely exciting. But guys, on this episode, we will go over the storylines going into the Royal Rumble, who the participants will be for the men's and women's Royal Rumble. Surprises. There's always surprises. You know that Triple H and WWE like having surprises. And then we'll end with our Royal Rumble predictions, but we're also here for you, the viewers of Compas on the Beat. Give us your questions, Rumble picks, any questions, wrestling questions that you may have. Vic, real quick,
Yes,
my engagement question, I showed it to you guys on the regular Compas on the Beat. I know Gilbert likes engagement questions, so I'll ask. Just because it was asked on the hot ones, or it was told to Bad Bunny on the hot ones, but
yep.
is he the best best celebrity in WWE history? That is my question. I do believe that dude he banged, and the crazy part is I think he told GQ magazine that he wants to do like he wants to put his body more on the line. And I'm like, more on the line, dude. Like
Yeah.
you had a 35-minute banger with Damian Priest. What more could you want? So I'm interested to see if when Bad Bunny makes his return, maybe WrestleMania, maybe Mexico City for Backlash. We'll see where he decides to head next. Who knows? Maybe at the Royal Rumble this weekend. But first off, I just wanted to say I don't know if people saw the news today, but according to multiple sources, Triple H will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame coming up in April, the weekend in at WrestleMania. So WrestleMania weekend, huge. And you know what's funny? I don't even think this is going to be the only time that Triple H gets inducted. I think he'll get inducted for Evolution and DX. I think he's going to get 3. I think he'll get 3. 3 for sure. But Triple H, the wrestler, Triple H, the tag team partner, Triple H, the comedian, the bad guy, Triple H, the Paul Levesque, the guy running WWE now, and he is just the way he's progressed throughout all these years to running the whole damn thing. I mean, it's really impressive, and kudos to Triple H for jumping into the Hall of Fame. That's awesome for him. And he is just literally the cerebral assassin. He's the king of kings, and congratulations to him for making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and there's a reason why his name starts is he says triple. He's a
Yeah,
triple threat now, man.
yeah.
With everything that he's doing, the WWE is in good hands with him. Running things. I know that Nick Khan is someone that is also in charge there, but what they've been able to do, and I can't wait to kind of get into it with you in terms of where does this go now with Triple H, and well deserved. I saw that Stephanie McMahon was the one who surprised him with it, and then you had I think
Undertaker,
yep,
Shawn Michaels,
yeah.
and there was one other person that Stephanie. Stephanie was the other
Yeah.
name. But yeah, that's definitely awesome, and congratulations. It's so funny. Some people were saying this is like when Dwight nominated himself as the assistant to the assistant manager of Dunder
Yeah.
Mifflin in the office. So but Triple H, well deserved. I'm interested because The Rock still hasn't gotten in.
Yeah.
John Cena hasn't gotten in. Rey Mysterio already has, but Randy Orton, like, there's a lot of names that are going to start popping up of like the generations that I started watching wrestling. So I'm definitely excited to see. I thought John Cena was going to be the headliner, to be honest. I thought maybe they'll induct him while He's on his final trajectory towards the end of his career, but I think they're probably gonna wait till next year to induct him. But I can't wait till he lays his jorts on the in the ring and just be like, all
Yeah,
right, done for the
that's
final
it.
time. So, but all right, let us get into the Royal Rumble. Let us start off with. Mm, do you want to? Yeah, I mean, if you want to start it off by asking me stuff or what?
Yeah, let's get into just in terms of the Royal Rumble. I wanted to kind of pick your brain in terms of, we're here for, anywhere between 30 to an hour, so depending on how things go, make sure if people are watching this, go ahead and send us your questions. But in terms of, like, you know where we are at right now, Fernando, you have, Netflix, who just came in. They're taking over Monday Night Raw. SmackDown is still going strong. um my biggest thing for you is the Royal Rumble, like the State of the Union for the WWE? Is there, like, we know that WrestleMania is the Super Bowl, right? So is this where they kind of, we just, you just said that Triple H just got inducted into the Hall of Fame for this year. So is this where kind of the everything sets up for the year of the Royal Rumble?
I do. The only complaint I have right now is I think SmackDown should be 2 hours.
Yeah,
They've kicked it up to 3, and I feel like there's times where you're watching stuff, and I'm kind of like, okay, like we didn't need this or whatever. I think Raw should be the one that has oh, Joe Hendry's in here. I believe in Joe. You say his name and he'll appear. Hello, how are you? But I do think that this is the most wide open in both men's and women's.
hmm,
Just exactly. Just because this has to be the most star-studded Rumble match in history. I mean, Vic, you and I talked about it off
yeah,
camera. There's only 2 matches and then it's a 2 Rumble matches. Like,
yep,
I think this could be the biggest for the men's and the women's. There's always one that kind of disappoints, and you're kind of like, eh. Like last year, I thought the women's match had a lot more action in it, and the ending is just what kind of gravitated everybody back. And last year it was CM Punk's first time back in WWE, and it was that Cody Rhodes turned and looked up, and even Michael Cole says, who is he gonna select as the champion to go up against? And he looks up and he points over at Roman, and is like, that wasn't supposed to happen. Now that we've seen the shows and all these videos, that wasn't supposed to happen. But he,
yeah.
like, even Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns are surprised when he's like, "Oh shit, he's calling me out." And so I definitely think that this is the most wide open. You have John Cena's last go around. You have CM Punk. You have Seth Rollins. Like I said, Roman Reigns. You have a bunch of names in here. Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso. You have a lot of big names, and then there's also could be surprises, which I'll get into what I want. One of the biggest things that I would love. Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. But yes, wide open. Even on the women's side, there's a lot of women that have still not come back to WWE, who everybody's kind of like, okay, when's she coming back? Like, when is she making her big return? So there's 3 or 4 superstars on the women's side that I feel like could come in. But yeah, I think in the men, there's 7 different people that could win. I think on the women's, there's about 8 different women that could win the Royal Rumble. So yes, I would agree with that assessment.
Yeah, and I mean, just kind of going over like some of the names. I mean, do you remember a time where you had this many
No.
participants already confirmed? Like, usually we wait, and I think
Yeah.
that's been the other discussion with a lot of people in the wrestling community, is like, so what does that leave for surprises?
Oh,
But at the same time, you're just like, yeah, like, you're excited for this because, look, you have, I think last count was 19 participants
yeah.
already confirmed, Fernando.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And that's the thing, is that's why I feel like there's going to be a surprise or two in the men's, and I think there's going to be about 3 or 4 in the women's. But a couple of years ago for the women's match, they were just depending Royal Rumble on returners. Like they had a bunch of women that return that hadn't been in WWE in a long time and stuff like that. I think here they've really built up the women's brand, and now it's like all the superstars. And now remember, you also have an agreement with NXT or with
TNA.
with TNA. So
Yeah.
Joe Henry could be one of the guys that appears. I'm sure there's that pop is going to be ridiculous when he appears, because the crowd's gonna go nuts when he does. But yeah, there's definitely there's a lot more superstars now, because you have NXT that you can bring up a couple to try to see what they've got. I think that's what they use NXT for sometimes in the Royal Rumble, to see if they can handle the being up there on that stage, and who they're going to be in the ring with. But like I said, because of how heavy this men's side is with talent, I don't know how many NXT people will show up. Like I said, I think maybe one or two men will surprise and show up, but I'm definitely interested to see how all this unfolds.
Yeah, and I mean, you have a lot of good storylines. Kind of just going back to Raw and SmackDown, like kind of previewing or kind of getting ready for the Royal Rumble. You started seeing a lot of like the promos being cut, and I thought that is kind of setting up this as one of the most wide open Royal Rumbles because of it. I mean,
Yeah.
and we'll get into it in terms of what the storyline might be for WrestleMania, but you're kind of starting to plant the seeds for WrestleMania here, and so I'm interested to see what happens here with a lot of the storylines. You got CM Punk, as you mentioned, you got Seth freaking Rollins back, you have John Cena who's on his farewell tour. How do they fit that into this? Into this Royal Rumble as well? We'll talk about it. You have The Rock out there. We don't know when he's gonna be back. So there's a lot of good storylines, and I think that's what
I,
makes this a wide open rumble.
I have a way for there's one special way that I want The Rock to come back, but
Yeah,
we'll get into that when we
yeah,
speak about the Royal Rumble,
yeah,
for sure. But um,
yeah.
all right, let's go ahead.
Yeah. Let's get into let's start off with the which just kind of before we hopped on. You said you expect the WWE Championship ladder match to be the one that kind of kicks off
Yeah.
the show, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that they go with the women's first, but I kind of would like to see them start off with this match first, just because it would be interesting to see. Because obviously I want Cody Rhodes and Gunter up in the stands like last year. I actually thought that was a good angle that WWE did. I think this match should go on first. I'd love to see it go on first, then the women come out, then obviously DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns, um and then at the end it with the men's Royal Rumble. But this man, Kevin Kevin Owens right now is on fire, and I hate that. I know that Kevin Owens isn't going to win the championship, but damn, is he so much fun to watch as a heel. Dan and I were at SmackDown here in San Diego a couple of weeks ago, and Kevin Owens, like Rey Mysterio, comes out and he talks about how he's going to enter the Royal. By the way, nobody knew that Rey Mysterio was going to come out. Nobody knew that. So when he showed up, the only reason why I knew he was is because I saw his daughter Aaliyah
Mm.
sitting in the corner. And as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh, Ray's probably going to come out. I didn't know he was going to come out first. He announced the Royal Rumble, and then Kevin Owens comes out. He's like, Ray, I want you to win the Rumble match, and then you can challenge me for the WWE Championship. And then he goes, Kevin, I don't know what you're as delusional as my son Dom. You are not
Yeah, I
the
saw that.
champion. And so it made me laugh. But I definitely think that this is going to be a hell of a match. I love KO, the version of him coming out with t-shirts, all this stuff just to make fun of his opponent, or him wearing like he wore Rey Mysterio's shirt when he came out at SmackDown. Like, I love that he trolls. I love that. And I wish he could win the championship because he deserves it. Him he is one of the hottest heels right now in WWE. The way he's doing everything, I think it's hilarious. I'd love to see him win it, but I think it's going to be more focused on Cody Rhodes winning it. He's had the championship. Fans love him. Fans get excited. The whoa is still loud. But I think WWE is slowly teasing a Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match WrestleMania. That's the way it kind of looks like it's going. Because remember, Kevin is trying to get revenge on everybody that joined Roman. So I think down the line we're gonna get a CM Punk Kevin Owens match. Because of he also got involved, and now Roman owes him, or Paul Heyman owes him a favor. Well, I think slowly he's going to be going at people who have tried to team up with Roman Reigns, and that's why part of me feels like we could pretty soon see pretty soon. Oh, there we go. We have a prediction. The first one so far: Rock is winning the Rumble. Rock versus Cody. SIFQ. I have a way. I got something special for The Rock in a little bit, but I would love to see a faction with like Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens against like Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Like I think that'd be sick to see. Just because I feel like those three hate Roman the most. Yeah. And I'd love to see Roman kind of battle those guys. But obviously that's down the line. But this match I think is going to be exciting. I think there's going to be a couple of big spots. But ultimately I think Cody Rhodes is going to be the one that ends up winning both championships. Now, my question is, after Cody Rhodes wins it, are we presenting a new WWE Universal Championship? Is that why they're doing these two belts together so that they can mesh it into one and create something new? That's my question. Because why'd you introduce that other championship? And fans love that other championship. I don't think fans really like the new ones. So I'm wondering if they're going to come out with a new belt, and they're going to present it to Cody Rhodes. But I could see a new belt being made for Cody, because they usually like to have championships that fit the champion. The Rock was the one that kind of created this one when he beat CM Punk a couple of years ago, or like 10 years ago for it. Then with John Cena, it was the spinner WWE championship. So I wonder. And then I remember when Edge beat Cena, he had the spinner rated R championship belt. That was so awesome. But I could definitely see. I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes hands down. Wow. He said he thinks Cody and Kevin will each grab 3 world champions. That actually would be very interesting. I didn't even think about that. That would be really interesting. Could they make a third one? But what are they getting? Where would they put him? Would he be a floating champion? That's wow. You gave me something to think about now. That's actually a good angle.
The other thing too, Fernando, is like with this being let's say this is the first match, like you're saying, right? Does that allow Kevin Owens to go into the Royal Rumble?
Yeah, well, it does. If he's the one if he loses both championships and Cody has both, then I think Kevin Owens does jump in the Rumble, and I could see him eliminating Cody or Sami Zayn. I could see him eliminating maybe like a Jey Uso or something like that. So yeah, no, I definitely think that then it gives Kevin a couple hours to kind of rest up and go into that Rumble. But yeah, it definitely, I could see Kevin jumping into the Rumble if he loses both. But SIFQ, that's a good angle. That actually would be really interesting to see how they would negotiate that, what they would do with that championship, and what they would do with it. So good eye on that one. I actually like that angle.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, I think having this match go first sets up a lot of things, and that's why I like your train of thought there with Cody. You know, with this being the first match, and then Kevin Owens being able to go back in there
because Cody needs to get in the suit.
Exactly.
Cody doesn't want to be like last year. Roman wasn't like, well, Roman didn't fight it, but but Cody's gonna need to be in the suit, so he has to go take a shower, get ready, put on the suit, and then wait up there with Gunta. So, but yeah, no, I'm definitely excited for this match. I think it's gonna be high. See, that's the thing. Like, this is where I think it separates wrestlers. When everybody knows that Cody Rhodes is gonna win, can you put on a high level match and get people thinking, oh crap, here it comes, and stuff like that. So I feel like those are the best matches. And I honestly feel like these guys could put on a classic, because Kevin Owens could wrestle a broomstick and it's a 5-star match. Like, the dude's just that good, and Cody's obviously Cody. So I'm waiting to see where he's gonna do a Cody cutter from. in this thing, because like there's been times where he does a Cody cutter from the top rope. Could he do it off a ladder and hit Kevin? So I'm really interested to see what kind of high spots they decide to do in this match.
Yeah, no, and I was just gonna add to it. Like, I know a lot of people when they think about wrestling, especially you always wait for the pop. For me,
Yeah,
when I'm watching, I'm always like, when am I gonna get that oh shit moment?
yeah.
Like oh shit, like I didn't see that coming, kind of thing. So we'll see in this match how they and Kevin Owens, as you said, he's been a great
I
heel. I
love
like I
KO.
like how organic it he turned into a heel.
Yep.
A lot of a lot of the times it just feels forced. I like what they've done with Dominic too, with how he's turned into a heel, but with him and he can trash talk with the best of them out there too, and we'll
Who?
have to give
Dom.
no
Oh,
Kevin Owens.
oh, Kevin. Oh, yeah, Kevin. Kevin. I mean, Kevin's really like the dude's taking all these spots. Like he's the one that took the stunner from Stone Cold, and he's the one that had the match, Stone Cold's first match back. Like that's another name that nobody's really talking about. Which I mean, I think he just had spinal surgery, or he just had
Yeah,
surgery. So obviously, but I'd love to see one day him just come out in the
yeah.
Rumble like Stone Cold and everything. But yeah, I just definitely Kevin Owens is one of the best out there, and I would love to see him win a championship
So
soon.
we're both going with Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
for this match. All right, which one do you what? So w- you're saying that the first match is going to be this one. What's the next match up that you think we'll get?
Oh, the women's match I think is gonna be, and I think it's gonna be high powered, especially with some of the women that we know are gonna be in it. And there's some that they've been teasing some of the women that are gonna be in it. So I'm definitely excited to see what this match is gonna be all about.
All right, Fernando. So as of right now, let me give you the names that we have participating, and you can tell me whether or not you think, whether I'm wrong or there might be some other names you think will be involved. Charlotte Flair has already said.
Yep.
Uh, I don't know about Becky Lynch. We'll find out whether or not she's back in this one. You have Roxanne Perez, you have Cora Jade, Bianca Belair, Jake Cargill.
That
You also
one's
got
interesting. She hasn't been on TV for a while. She got
yeah,
hurt, and I
right.
think they're playing an angle with her and
Be-
Bianca.
Bianca.
And yeah, so I wonder if Jade's gonna be back because they announced all these like injuries that she had, like a collapsed lung and all this crap. So I wonder if Jade's gonna be back for this. It would be a good time to bring her out just because I remember last year the fans got a huge she got a huge pop from the
Yep.
fans. But if this is it, I wonder who because like Bianca and Naomi have been trying to find her attacker and they haven't been able to find it. I
Oh,
think
yep.
the other day they posted something and Jade Cargill laughed at it and she goes, "Uh-huh, sure." Like kind of saying, "Yeah, I know who my attacker is."
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, that's a good we'll talk about it because I think that might set something up, which
Yep.
I like that you brought up. You also have Alexa Bliss,
Well,
Nia
that one's
Jax,
not confirmed yet, but
the
that's one of my I think she is going to be back for
okay,
sure.
continue on. From TNA, is it Jordan Grace?
Okay, so Jordan Grace today on social media, somebody posted that they're excited to see Jordan Grace at the Rumble, and Jordan Grace came out and said, "Sorry to disappoint. I will not be there. It's my mother's 50th birthday. I will be in Austin, Texas." And some people have been tweeting out, and they're like, even some wrestlers are like, "I call bullshit. Like, there's no way you're not going to
Yeah.
be there." She's like, "Yep, sorry." She even screenshotted her ticket and she put it on social media.
Mhm.
So people are like, "Oh, she might not be there," but I have I do not believe she's gonna miss this. So
Yeah.
I think she is gonna be there.
Yeah, and I saw in an interview that she said that she wasn't told last year, like
Yeah,
up to a week before. So we'll see. I mean, I'm with you. I think she's in it. We'll see. Liv Morgan,
I love Liv Morgan.
Ivy Naomi, and Lyra Belcaria. So if there's any other
Champion.
names you think we might see, but I want to wait. Actually, are there any other names you think we see there?
So I can give you like who I think might
Yes.
jump out. So
Yes.
I like Roxanne Perez. Well, she's on there, but I
Right.
like her just because I spoke to her at 2 years, 2 WrestleManias ago, the one in LA, and I interviewed her, and I read about that she would take a bus 2 hours to go to Booker T's wrestling school, and she's always wanted this, and she's been a heel, she's been a baby face, she's back to being a heel. She's been bugging Bailey as of late. I could see her coming in and her being the one that eliminates Bailey. And Bailey should be Bailey, I think, will be in the Royal Rumble. I think she already announced she's going to be in it, so Bailey's a name I would add to this. But Roxanne Perez against Bailey is going to be a lot of fun. I think she eliminates Bailey because she's been showing up at SmackDowns and stuff lately. And I think that's going to be a great addition. I think Roxanne is a high, like it's been a long time coming. I'm excited for her to come up to WWE. I know she's a big CM Punk girl. Well, obviously they've had their back and forth now, and she's like, I'm no longer a CM Punk person. I hate CM Punk, but we all know deep down inside she is a CM Punk, AJ Lee person, and I think that's definitely I think she's going to be a very good talent when she gets up to the main roster. But look, I have a couple people that I feel like could be coming back. One, you mentioned her, Becky Lynch. Becky's been out for a while, and it was funny because it was actually teased on Monday Night Raw. I don't know how many people saw this, but Seth Rollins is walking in, and somebody had a sign, "Where's the man?" And he just goes like that, like he gives you the dude from the Michael Jordan documentary, the security guard. He just goes, "I don't know." I think Becky Lynch is going to be here for WrestleMania for this season. So I know that somebody announced that she had signed a new deal with WWE. So I expect her to be at the Royal Rumble. I think she'll be back. If not, she'll probably be the Monday Night Raw after the Rumble. But I definitely think she'll be back. One name that surprised me to see at the red carpet and at WWE on Netflix, Nikki Bella. I wouldn't be surprised if Nikki Bella didn't make her way back into this Rumble match. And I think Nikki Bella would be fantastic. I wonder if she would be coming back. I know she has a kid, and I think she's going through some
divorce.
Yeah. So, but I wonder if she would want to come back and kind of from now till WrestleMania kind of wrestle the full schedule and kind of see how that goes. But I think the Bella twins, I mean, obviously Brie Bella, I don't think would come back just because obviously her husband's on a different company. And so, but I would definitely love to see Nikki. I thought when Nikki, and I mean, there's no knock on like her or whatever, but like when she started dating John Cena, I thought her wrestling improved mightily. Same with Brie. I thought when Brie and Brian Danielson got together, I thought her wrestling increased a lot. And I think both of them have really grown. I'd love to see Nikki back with WWE. I think it'd be exciting. I think fans would get it, like they would give a pop. Again, the biggest pop for me was Macaulay Culkin that night. So nobody's gonna beat Macaulay Culkin, but Alexa Bliss is definitely a superstar that I think should be back. I know that they had talked about her possibly being on the Wyatt Six, but I just think you want to keep her away from that. Let her come back. Let her do her own thing. So I could definitely see Alexa coming back. There was another name that I had. So, man, Dana Brooke, Gail Kim from TNA. I could see either one of them. Both of them have been in WWE in the past. I could see one of them. Asuka's another name that could be coming back pretty soon. She has today. She was tweeting out some crazy stuff about how please don't believe that she loves anybody, and I was just wondering, I'm like, what is this all about? Like, I didn't get it. So I don't know if she had an incident with a fan at an airport or what, but I could see Asuka being the one that comes back. Now, there's one person that I've been waiting to come back. And today there was a video. Hold on. Let's see. There was a video of oh wow, in Indy right now, there's a street called Yeet Street. That's pretty funny. Hold on, my bad. I have the video right here.
No, go ahead.
So, oh, did I not save it? Oh wait, no, I have it. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. So Jackie Redmond, the Monday Night Raw commentator, asked, or she's one of the reporters in the back. She asked CM Punk who a surprise entrant he thinks could be in the women's Royal Rumble or in the Royal Rumble this weekend.
There's a big one that I'm not going to say. Because I'm going to get in trouble.
So obviously the person that everybody's thinking about is AJ Lee. AJ Lee, his wife, could she be the one that returns finally? Everybody's been waiting for it. AJ Lee, look, she has a successful I think is it book or show? I don't know. I think it's like she's been producing shows and directing shows with this I can't remember her name. She was on the George Lopez show. She was the rich niece.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. She had a movie with.
Yeah, it's a production company. It's called Scrappy Heart Productions. Is AJ Mendez? No, AJ Mendez used to be. Oh yeah, it is. AJ Mendez is her. Whoops, my bad. AJ Mendez is her, and I just can't remember who she was. Yeah, they have like a bunch of TV series, comics, books. Like she, I mean, you see this picture of her, and she's still a total like badass. Like,
yeah, I think she had a holiday movie with Mario. Okay, no, oh no, that's not her.
No, this is AJ Lee. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
this is AJ.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember.
Yeah, she was on. I'm pretty sure she had a movie with Mario Lopez, like for Christmas or something. Or maybe I'm thinking of Freddie Prinze Jr. I forget.
Yeah,
which
that's
one
the one that you're thinking of.
Yeah,
Freddie Prinze Jr. But I just can't remember who. I can't remember. And George Lopez. Here we go. Amy Garcia. Amy Garcia is the one that's doing stuff with. She was Veronica Palmero. She's doing stuff with AJ Lee. So definitely interesting. But yeah, AJ's another name that I'd love to see come back. I think she'd be awesome. But yeah, those are Michelle McCool might come back. She always comes back, and the Undertaker's wife, and she always does something. So I could definitely see Michelle McCool also. But I think that's basically it. I think WWE is gonna more go with their current roster, maybe Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, those, and then maybe add in Nikki Bella or one of these other girls. But I think they're gonna go more with their homegrown talent. If I'm completely honest, I think they're gonna go more with the talent that they've matured. They could have some TNA people coming through the door, but I think they're going to go more with their homegrown talent when it comes to this.
That'd be great to see. I'm interested to see, like we talked about. There's a lot of big names out there. I'm trying to see what happens with the man, whether she's back, Becky Lynch. That'll be something. But so, given awesome. you kind of talked about a person, but your biggest surprise entrant, and I'm gonna give you one. And you might be like, okay, I can see it. I'm pretty sure you were gonna be like, that's way out of left field, but I could see it.
I went with Nikki Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
all right. Mine is just because she's a huge wrestling fan and she's always there. It seems like I'm gonna go with Vanessa Hudgens.
That actually would be interesting. Oh, you know which name? No, but I could definitely see that. Vanessa Hudgens is awesome. I tried to see if I saw her at the Raw on Netflix, and I was like, oh, dude, if she walks by, I would definitely say hi and all that. But yeah, I could definitely see that. I think I'd love to ask her that if she'd ever step in the ring, because I think she really loves this. And
yes.
You know who else surprisingly loves it? Daniel Fishel,
from Boy Meets World, Topanga.
So they had Liv Morgan on Pod Meets World. I listened to the episode today, and she knew more about wrestling than Will Friedle or Ryder Strong. Like Ryder Strong doesn't even know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
Will Friedle was kind of like, yeah, I don't know much, and she's like, oh, I love wrestling, and I was like, wow, I was blown away with her loving wrestling the most. But I could definitely see Vanessa Hudgens coming in. You know what other name I forgot? Trish Stratus.
Oh,
Trish Stratus is a name that I think she's been teasing that she's going to come back. I'd love to see Trish back. I think Trish is awesome, and she can still go, man. That's what I love about the WWE. There's no shelf life. Like At 35, you're not like, oh yeah, they're broken down, this, that. I mean, you can see it in some, but these guys can go until they're 50. I mean, there's some of these guys that, I mean, if Triple H doesn't have the heart stuff that happened with him, I think he could still be going. So that's what I love about WWE, that these guys can go for a long time. But yeah, I agree with yours. I could definitely, Vanessa Hudgens would be a lot of fun to see. I think she get eliminated kind of early though. Like I think it'd be
it would be kind of like what we saw from Pat McAfee, where
yeah,
he went in, but then he just like
yeah. Well, no, I don't know if you remember, Pat wasn't supposed to be in that spot last year. They surprised, he didn't even know.
Yeah,
he didn't know he was going to be in it. But who didn't show up? Something happened.
Right, because I think you said that it was supposed to be Stone Cold, but then at the end, it was, I think, was it Undertaker? No, but that was, I think that was for WrestleMania. I think you're right. I think it was
Brock Lesnar. Somebody was supposed to show up last year.
Oh, that's right, because Brock Lesnar that got in hot water with all the stuff that came out. Right
so
around that time.
Happened last year that he didn't. He wasn't able to go. But yeah, I like yours. I like mine. I think they could. Vanessa Hudgens, I mean, I think that would blow the roof off of.
Before you give me your prediction here for the winner, just there's a lot that happens in these matches. So give me your Iron Woman, the wrestler that is gonna go the longest in the Royal Rumble.
I don't know for what reason.
Time in the ring. Sorry.
Yeah, Roxanne is the one that's calling my name, or like her name jumps out to me, just because I feel like Roxanne really wants to show what she's got. I think she's ready to come up to the big leagues, and I'd really like to see her have a long match, or a long be in there a long time, and I don't know, possibly make it to the final 6. I definitely would love to see that. I think she's great. I could definitely see her being the Iron Woman and being one of those people that lasts until the end, and kind of being there towards the end, and everybody's kind of like, you know what, let's back her, and then all of a sudden she gets eliminated. But I have Roxanne being my Iron Woman. What about you?
I'm gonna go with Io Sky. I just think that she's good. She can be in there for a while, just because she can kind of hide and be able to also wrestle, and just be, she's kind of nimble. So I can see them trying, like other ladies trying to eliminate her, and she can get back into the ring. So
before we give our prediction, or is it prediction X or
yes? Well, the last one would be most eliminations. You went with Charlotte Flair. I would say Nia Jax, but go ahead. Now let's go ahead and
no. I was just gonna ask you about predictions, because I was gonna say, so these have been the last the women. The Royal Rumble didn't start until 2018 for the women. First one was Asuka. That was with the awkward moment where it was Asuka, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss in the ring, and all of a sudden Ronda Rousey's music hit, and she had announced that she was coming to WWE. So Asuka 2018, the inaugural one. Becky Lynch 2019. Becky Lynch's was awesome because she had lost her championship that night, and I think Carmella got, no, it wasn't Carmella. No, it was somebody else. I can't remember. Rusev's wife, or ex-wife now. She had gotten thrown over by Nia Jax. So then Becky came in and took her spot. That was a great one, and she won it. Charlotte Flair 2020, Bianca Belair 2021, Ronda Rousey 2022, Rhea Ripley 2023, Bayley 2024. And Vic, I know that you guys like stats and odds.
Yeah.
Charlotte Flair is the favorite right now. Bianca Belair is second. Io Sky's third, your girl. Becky Lynch is fourth. Alexa Bliss fifth. Liv Morgan, one of my favorite people, she is sixth. Nice. So yeah, I am gonna go with the favorite. I think Charlotte Flair is gonna be the one that wins this. It hurts me to say it, but I think the reason why Charlotte's gonna win this is because I think they're trying to set up a match with Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. This is the easiest way. You don't want Charlotte in those pods when it comes. I don't know if her. I'm sure she's 1000% ready and healed up, but the problem is you just don't want her to risk injury. So I think this is the way to get her in the Rumble. She wins it. She goes on to face Tiffany Stratton. Now, what I am gonna say, she shouldn't win that match at WrestleMania. Like, you're gonna get a bunch of boos. You're gonna get hate. You're gonna get all this thrown at her. And she's already at 14 championships, Vic. Like, she's only been up at the main roster for 5 years or 6. Like, how the hell does she already have 14 championships? So I definitely think that Charlotte is going to be the one that wins it, though. The way they're promoting and they're moving and they're saying the Queen's almost back, the Queen's almost back. I could see them wanting her to win it again. It's not my choice. It's just I'm going with my head, and these predictions are just my head and what I think WWE is going to do. And my head tells me that they're going to go with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, and I like it. You know, one of the things I asked you, I was like, how does this set up everything else, right? Like, how does this set up for WrestleMania? And you just said it there with Tiffany Stratton. For
Yeah, no,
me,
and I think you need Tiffany to go over on her so she can show, hey, it's really Tiffy time. And you know what's funny? I wrote about this. One of the headlines in my story, because I wrote a story after SmackDown. I put San Diego showed it really is Tiffy time. Vic, they had Bailey out there and they were booing her. They had signs. It's Tiffy time. It's this. It's that. People really believe that Tiffany Stratton is the next big thing, and I feel like she really is, and I think a big performance and her beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania will go huge for her moving forward.
Yeah, and you need a big name like that to be able to push her out there. So I'm with you. I really like that prediction. I'm gonna kind of flip it on you. I'm gonna say that it's Bianca Belair, and I think they're trying to, you know, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, as a casual here, but I would love to see them kind of start a storyline between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Like they are the two, you know, two of the biggest stars out there. I kind of want them to, you know, for us to get that at WrestleMania. Like that would be a great match at WrestleMania. Now, whether that happens at WrestleMania, you know, as you mentioned, there's a lot of stuff going on with Jade Cargill and the whole who was the person who attacked her and all that. That'd be a great storyline to see kind of what happens with that, and maybe that's the reason she doesn't win it. But I think it's time for us to kind of get, you know, the Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, because Rhea Ripley has just gone through the division and there's not a lot that can kind of stay with her outside of Bianca Belair. And I feel like if you do that, then that kind of sets that up. But I don't know. I just wanted to get your thoughts on that.
No, I think Bianca and Rhea would be the two strongest, I think, women and I'm not counting Nia Jax, but I think Bianca and Rhea are the only women that can carry Nia Jax. So I think they're two of the strongest. I think obviously strongest, bestest, whatever, the EST. Right. But no, I think it'd be a great match. I think they would really bring down the house. I think both of them are two of the best in the business. I mean, Bianca's loved like I can't see Bianca turn into a heel. So I think Rhea would have to be the heel just because I think because Rhea's more of like the what do I want to call her? Rhea's more of like the anti-hero that everybody, like, you can hate her, but everybody usually, like, you're supposed to hate her, but everybody loves her. And I think Bianca's the superhero that everybody loves and they all think she's amazing and all that stuff. So I think it'd be a great match. I think the War of Words would be interesting just because Bianca's good on she's okay on the mic. She needs improvement, I think. But again, I think she's great. I think she moves merchandise. I think people love her. I just hope that she doesn't get tongue twisted against. I think Rhea might wreck her on the mic. So that's where I'd be interested to see what way she would attack it. But no, I definitely think that Rhea Bianca would be huge for WrestleMania. But like I said, I think Charlotte's a favorite. Then we both pick kind of the two biggest favorites. So but yeah, no, I think either way. I mean, honestly, they can't go wrong anyway, but for some reason, I just feel like it's going to be Charlotte just to get her in the ring with Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. How much do you want to spend on the
DIY and
DIY match
machine guns? Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll just I think the Motor City Machine Guns are gonna win. By the way, their entrance is badass, Vic. When they came out in San Diego, it's like a gun, like it literally sounds like a gunshot, like it's like doom, 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 and everybody's like, oh crap. But yeah, I think Motor City Machine Guns are gonna win this match, to be honest. So there it is. All right,
let's get to the main event now, Fernando. So we have the men's Royal Rumble. I love this. I mean, I get hyped for the Royal Rumble. I remember, watching it as a kid and then going to the local rental DVD, not DVD, the back then it was,
Blockbuster.
the BHS, and you go and you get all the WrestleManias and the Royal Rumbles, and this one is right up there. I feel like I was gonna ask you, like, where do you rank the Royal Rumble? Is it WrestleMania and then Royal Rumble for you, or is it SummerSlam?
I kind of like the Royal Rumble more than SummerSlam,
Yeah,
to be honest.
yeah,
I
I'm
I
I'm
love
yeah,
I love the Royal Rumble. Like, to me, the Royal Rumble is so much fun. It sets up WrestleMania. It sets up everything that you want. So I definitely think that that the Royal Rumbles SummerSlam is awesome because it's kind of like in the middle.
right.
So, but this is like the road to WrestleMania. Like, I think this is gonna be I think this is what's awesome, to be honest.
Yeah,
I love all
and
the
I'm
surprises.
yeah,
You never know who's gonna show up. Like, I love all of it. So that's why I feel like the Royal Rumble is like one. And honestly, my first Royal Rumble ever was Rey Mysterio winning for Eddie Guerrero.
mhm.
And so ever since then, that's been my thought process. So I love the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's this is like outside of WrestleMania, it's the premier, as they call it now, premium,
Live
live
event.
event. Yeah, and I mean, I'll be locked in on Saturday. I can't wait. And as you said, we kind of talked about it. There's 19 participants already. There's a lot. Do you now, before we get into our predictions here? I saw Rhea Ripley say that she might enter the men's. We've seen it
No,
before with other
no, don't do it.
the last one was Nia Jax, so no way we see Rhea Ripley in the
I
men's
don't think
Royal
she
Rumble.
should.
Yeah.
People are. I'm gonna be honest. I've noticed on social media some people are getting tired of Rhea being able to beat up Dom, and I'm kind of with that. I'm kind
Yeah.
of like, okay, like I get it. Like, if Dom actually tried, like, it'd be interesting, but no, don't do it. Nia Jax got 619 RKO'd, and I think she got super kicked by Dolph Ziggler the last time that she tried it. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't try it. I think that you could do way better with a spot than giving it to Rhea Ripley, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Rhea's already the champion. Why do you want to get hurt or do anything
Yeah.
like that? So yeah.
Especially yeah, you're right, going into all right, Fernando, who is your Iron Man of Royal Rumble?
Who did I have? Oh, Jey Uso. I think Jey Uso is gonna last a long time. I think Jey is so over. If he would have won the championship on Saturday night's main event, the crowd would have gone ballistic. His entrance, everybody loves him. I'm interested to see what way he's gonna enter. Is he gonna enter the normal way, or is he gonna come down and distract everybody and do the yeet? I think he's gonna be one of the first ones actually that starts off the match. To be honest, I think he's gonna be first or second, so that he can yeet and they can do all that and they can get it and they can have Pat McAfee on the desk and they can have Michael
Yeah,
Cole on the desk and
I like
all that.
that.
So I could definitely see Jay starting off the match, and I think he'll last to the top. He'll go to the bottom like the last six, I think. Last six or last eight, right around there is where I think he's gonna get eliminated.
Yeah, that's a good call because if he comes in early, I could totally see him lasting for a little bit of time, and I like that call too because that'll be a good way for him to come out of the stands and be one of the first two.
Yep.
Mine, I'm gonna go with Seth freaking Rollins. I think
Mm.
he comes in a little early. I think within the first five, and I think he'll last for a while there. I think they want to make sure that he's there. In the top five at the end there to kind of set up some stuff that we'll get into. Um, but my pick is Seth freaking Rollins. All right, most eliminations you went with Roman
Roman
Reigns.
Reigns. My tribal chief. Yes.
Yes,
I don't think the tribal chief is going to come out 28th, 29th, 30th. I wouldn't want that. I think Roman should come in 20th, 21st and
yeah.
start mauling dudes and start throwing them over and do all that. I think Roman's going to have the most eliminations, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of thought about this one a little bit, and the one guy, and I really like going with the big guy, so I went with Braun Breaker. I just feel like
Oh
he's
yeah.
just gonna maul through dudes. Yeah, yeah. We saw it last year, right? He went in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's
He went ballistic. Yeah. No,
yeah,
Braun Breaker is awesome.
yeah. All right, your surprise entrant, no surprise. The
Okay,
Rock.
but hold on. There's a catch
Okay,
to this.
okay.
30 entrants are all in the ring. Everybody's
Ooh.
in there. They're going back and forth, back and forth. All of a sudden, we get down to the final 4. And the fans go, "What the hell? 10, 9, 8." They're like, what's going on? Why? 7, 6, 5. And then if you smell, or no, yeah, well, the
Yes.
obviously everything, and then The Rock comes in. Look, Dwayne Johnson, and I'm sorry, Dwayne Johnson is fucked up. And I'll say it. Dwayne Johnson has gotten Dwayne Johnson's the one that came out on Netflix for the Netflix opening. Dwayne Johnson needs to go. We need The Rock. We need the final boss. We need the boss of everybody in that ring. So the boss makes his own selection. He comes out when he wants to try and win the Royal Rumble. I think he needs to be the one that comes out at the end. 31st entrant. He comes out and he starts trying to eliminate people, and then it's him and Roman standing in the ring looking at each other. And I just think that The Rock has to make himself, and I'm telling you, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson has messed everything up, and people are wondering, why did he come out at the end of Cody Rhodes and Roman tag teaming? And then he came out on Monday Night Raw on Netflix and he didn't do anything. Well, here is for a good opportunity for him to make up for it. He comes in as a 31st entrant, and again, I'm not necessarily saying he's going to win, but I definitely think that that he should be in there. I think it'd be exciting to have him be a surprise 31st entrant in this Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, and then that sets up the whole drama. I'll ask
Whatever
you
you
about.
want, Cody
Yes,
Rhodes or
yeah,
the Roman Reigns or even Seth
yeah,
Rollins,
right,
or even CM Punk. He has drama with all those guys, so he could
yeah,
choose any different way to go with that. But I do have some other surprise entrants.
yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, no, and I was gonna say if you bring him in last, it also because he's been away, he doesn't have the stamina. It
Yeah, no,
allows him to kind of just be in there and
yeah,
then be with the whoever the last ones are in
yep,
there. So
yep.
I like it too. I mean, if you're gonna bring him in, you want to
He's the
wait till
boss.
the
He
end.
pays them. They're
Yes,
his employees. Well,
yeah.
make your own rules and you come in last. I love
Yeah,
it.
I love that. Yeah. Um, I for me, I think my biggest, and it's not gonna be a shock. I think you need to see Bad Bunny in here. I mean,
Oh, that'd
he's
be so
he's
sick. I
he's
remember Brock Lesnar eliminated him the only time that he's been in the Royal
yeah,
Rumble.
which I think kind of left a bad taste in his mouth. I think
Yeah,
he kind of wants to prove. I
I
think the
love
other
it.
reason too, Fernando, is the fact that he has an album out. He's
Yeah,
been out on Jimmy Fallon. He was at New York City in the
that's a good one.
subway, performing. Why not? Like, kind of get things started here for if you're gonna be involved with WWE. I would really like that, and also if you're gonna go on tour, we saw last time he wrestled and then he went on tour. I kind of if you're gonna promote
Yeah.
your album or your tour, this is a great way to do it. So for me, I'm
You,
gonna go with Bad
you
Bunny.
know, in his album or in his interview with GQ, he said he didn't know, but he thought the best song for him to come out to was Chambea.
Yeah,
But man, the way it hit in Puerto Rico,
yeah,
holy shit, like that just
yeah,
went crazy. But I do have some other, before we give our predictions,
yeah,
I do have one X factor in all this. I think Penta's gonna have a good Royal Rumble.
yeah.
I
That's
think
someone else.
Penta has come in, and I think WWE is really surprised. One, WWE is really surprised. Two, AEW wrestlers have to be looking at this and going, "Shit, maybe there's a spot for me." Because Malachi Black, who's married to, she's in the LWO. I can't remember. She just got traded to SmackDown. I can't remember her name right now, but she's married Malachi Black, and they're saying that Malachi Black might be headed back to WWE. But
What's the tag team partner for Penta that he had at AEW? because I kept
Oh
seeing
yeah. I
stuff
can't remember his name right now.
like him
They're saying
looking at
that he's
like seeing the mask, and he's just like
they're saying that he
I'm over
might be
here.
leaving.
Yeah.
No, I definitely think Penta's gonna have a big time Royal Rumble. Some names that
Yeah.
I could see coming: Pat McAfee.
Yeah. I
Pat
can see
McAfee
that.
and Corey Graves have beef. A lot of people have been saying that Corey Graves is being cleared by WWE to maybe wrestle again.
Yeah.
I could see Corey Graves and Pat McAfee in this and them kind of go at it. But I think Pat McAfee will I think he'll be in the Royal Rumble for some reason. I think he'll do something. I'd love to see him kind of stay in there for a little bit and like eliminate a guy or two. But Pat
And
McAfee, I could definitely see.
Pat McAfee's pretty much his I guess his NFL or college football duties ended like 3 weeks ago. So he's been pretty much like he's been full time now with WWE pretty much. So
I could see from NXT, whoop that trick. What? Whoop that trick. Trick Williams. Could definitely see him. Oba Femi. Could definitely see him here. Ethan Page. 3 guys that keep a name on NXT. Now, remember, TNA.
I want to
Joe Hendry for sure. They're gonna say his name and he's gonna appear. Vic, what about Nick Nemeth? I don't even know his freaking name. Nick Nemeth, who's Dolph Ziggler. I could definitely see Dolph Ziggler making his way back into the Royal Rumble. Vic, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy would be a really good one. I know he's not who he used to be. That would be interesting though to see Jeff Hardy. I got one last one, and this is an emotional one. We've all seen the turn of the New Day. The New Day have gone back to the New Day sucks. By the way, the work that Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are doing is incredible. Vic, when I was at the WWE the Netflix thing, the pre-show, they were fighting with fans in the they were fighting with fans, talking crap to fans. I was like, this is beautiful. Like, wow, this is glorious. So they were talking crap.
The family thing that was awesome.
Big E comes back.
Yeah.
What if Big E comes back? I mean, everybody, and I know everybody's saying, well, Edge got cleared. It's different injuries and everything, but what if Big E came? I think it's too soon. I think you need to let Xavier Woods and Kofi continue with this. We saw on Monday, Xavier's family were not supporting him. Exactly.
That was
Kofi
awesome.
Kingston's family not support him. So I definitely would love to see them kind of wait a little bit for Big E, but this could definitely be a spot where Big E comes back and he eliminates both of them and you start a rivalry there. But I definitely think that we need some time still. I think you need to give it its proper need of him coming back and see what they do. But I could definitely see a Big E. But those are kind of some of the names that I would keep an eye out on for surprise. I don't think a veteran like a Bubba Ray Dudley or any of those guys will come out. JB, I know JBL's kind of been doing the rounds. I don't think he'll come out either. I think they're going to stick to what they have, but I think I keep on, the more I think about it, the more I like my Rock one, just because I just think that'd be awesome for him to
I mean, and you really don't need a lot of like older dudes like
no, you have a lot of
because
talent.
you have a stacked roster, and we talked about how wide open this Royal Rumble is, and so with that, Fernando, before you give me your prediction here for the men's, just kind of lay out how this drama is gonna work out, who your like last 5 are gonna be. Oof. Just give me the whole, like if you had the script, how would you script this here?
The last 5: The Rock, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. Those are my final 5. I think the final 2, Roman Reigns and CM Punk. I think now the reason why I have those 2 is because we all have to remember, and look, there's 2 angles of this. If Roman wins, I want to see CM Punk go to Paul and Roman chooses Cody. Then I kind of would like to see CM Punk go to Roman, or CM Punk go to Paul and say, you owe me my favor. I want to be included in that match. I want it to be a triple threat match at WrestleMania. By the way, I think Roman versus Cody would be awesome 3, but I think we need to wait on that. I don't think it should happen right now. So I think the favor is going to be pulled out within this WrestleMania buildup. I just don't know what it's going to be and when it's going to be, but this is one way they could do it. But in my prediction, I do have CM Punk winning. They've teased this now for 2 years. CM Punk last year came out and right before the Raw before the Royal Rumble, him and Cody talked about it, and he said, Cody, I'm going to throw your ass over that rope and over those ropes, and I'm going to win this Royal Rumble. And Cody's like, you could try, you're not going to beat me, whatever. So obviously CM Punk got hurt and they couldn't continue with it. Well, now, Cody's the champion, and they had another great verbal altercation on Monday where he's like, Cody, everybody's stabbing you in the back. They're not telling you this. I'm stabbing you in the front. I'm coming for you. I'm gunning for you. I'd love to see CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. So I pick CM Punk just because I feel like last year, for some reason, I kind of feel like he was supposed to win it with his return, and I think they're going to give it to him this year, and I think he's going to win it. I would love for him to choose Cody Rhodes. I feel like that's something different. And look, and we haven't mentioned his name yet, and I'm going to mention it now. Oh, you know what? No, my final six.
I was going to ask you.
I wanted John Cena. Add John Cena.
Sorry. Yes.
Final six.
That's where my question was going to go.
But you know what? No.
Where does John Cena fit into this?
Yes. I have CM Punk eliminating John Cena for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. So listen, John Cena said it on Raw on Netflix. John Cena said, look, I haven't won a match in a long time, a one-on-one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it at the Royal Rumble. I don't know, blah, 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 blah. Have him lose it. Have him get thrown out. Have something happen to where he gets thrown out, and he's kind of sitting there, and he's like, I would love for him to be the last one against CM Punk, and then CM Punk eliminate him, because I want John to sit there and be like, dude, what? Like, I can't win. And then I think John's going to win the Elimination Chamber match to go to Mania I think it's in Toronto. I think John Cena wins that match, and then he goes on to face Gunther at WrestleMania. But that's what I think. I think they're going to make John Cena take another L, and then he's going to be like in desperation mode, and I think he wins the Elimination Chamber to set up that match with Gunther. Now, is he going to win? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I could easily see him losing that match against Gunther at WrestleMania, but then beating him in Mexico City or like something like that. But I think WrestleMania is the historic place where Cena should get his 17th World Championship, and they should celebrate him. I think it should end night one. That match should end night one. Cena gets celebrated. That actually is a good one. Galley Nation. Logan Paul eliminating Cena would make Paul the biggest heel ever. Everybody hates Logan. You know what's funny? I wonder who has more hate on them right now. The New Day, Logan Paul, or Dominic. But man, the way they were drowning him out, and then Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins were laughing at his ass because of how much he was getting booed. Yeah, Logan would actually, I think Logan's going to have a good Royal Rumble, by the way. I think he's going to be one of those guys that surprises.
That's another name we haven't even mentioned yet. I mean, that's
how there's so many names.
Yeah. That's how sad. And so kind of going off of that, Fernando, I was thinking about it. I'm like, the reason I asked you, I was like, okay, so how do we work this in, right? Because you have, the thing is usually you had one main title, one main belt, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're kind of focusing in on the wrong belt, right? Like, we know Cody Rhodes has one of the belts. Gunther has the other main belt, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. So I kind of started thinking, what's the best way to go and get one of those belts, right? Like, and, I thought about everybody. I thought about, a bunch of these names like Logan Paul. I'm like, no, it just seems like it's too, like, he hasn't put in the work, but it doesn't really matter, right?
He hasn't committed. He's not going to be there.
Yeah.
Like,
we need
Logan's not Roman Reigns, where you can say, okay, you can come by every 4 months. Like, Logan's going to have to be there every week.
And that's why I like your pick of CM Punk. So I kind of started going back, and the guy that keeps coming back to my head, Fernando, and because he puts not only the work on the mic, but he also puts it in terms of promotion, right? He hasn't been around much. He's just got back. his wife's been doing stuff on the side. She's been working her ass off in Becky Lynch. So for me, I think it's setting up Seth freaking Rollins. We've seen him be loyal to the company. I think eventually you have to pay him his dues, give him his flowers at some point, and it just feels like this is his moment. And as you said, like, how do you make this all work? You brought it up. You have the drama with Roman Reigns. We know he's somebody that hates, that has that beef with him, even though they were together at one point. And so it just feels like it's his time, whether they make it happen. But honestly, like, just because I think you're right, I think it is CM Punk. We just saw them release a bunch of clips about CM Punk and how he tore his tricep, and then nobody felt bad for him. They're like, yeah, he's this 50-year-old man coming back into wrestling. And so I understand where people are coming from, but I'm trying to give you a different angle, even though I think you're right. I think it's probably going to be CM.
I've said I think Seth Rollins deserves the flowers. I hope we get to talk to him at Radio Row. I think that'd be exciting. I'd love to have like a huge sit down with him and just talk to him about a lot of stuff, just because he's definitely interesting, to say the least. But I think he does deserve a lot of it. I mean, Roman's left, come back. Seth has been there. I mean, Seth, even with injuries, he's there. You saw the broken back that he had last year when at WrestleMania, he still went in and made an impact. So yeah, I definitely think Seth deserves it. I just don't think it's going to be now. But I could definitely see. So the way that the odds makers see it right now, John Cena's the favorite, Seth Rollins right behind, CM Punk behind him, The Rock behind that, Roman Reigns is behind that. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this one. Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's another name.
Be a surprise one. Alex, I'm doing WWE stuff. So
here we go. We got some questions now. We got the people going. What's your thoughts on the CM Punk favor, though? Will that play to the outcome of the Rumble?
I don't think it'll play to the outcome of the Rumble, to be honest. I think the favor is going to be when Roman is ready to face Cody Rhodes or interject himself into a championship match. It's either going to be Roman has to pull out of it, or you have to add CM Punk to it. It's going to be something like that, because
it's going to come back. He's going to pay on that. He's going to have to be paid for that favor.
He's going to want that favor, and I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be something to that extent where he gets a championship match or he main events WrestleMania. It's going to be something like that. And obviously, like the way we've seen it, Paul Heyman does have the power to do that.
What if, let me throw you this scenario now that we're kind of cooking here. What if Roman ends up being the one that throws out CM Punk? They're the last two, and then CM Punk goes to Heyman and is like, I need that favor now. And he becomes one of the ones that has to, like you said, that triple threat match.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that. See, the only problem with I don't think Roman's gonna win it just because like it's still a year removed from him winning a championship match or him being in one. I still think he's gonna main event something. Like he's the main event. He really is. But
oh, there you go. We got more.
Alex, we went through that a little while ago, but I'll give you some off the top of my head. I said Pat McAfee, Randy Orton, Corey Graves. God, who else did I say? I said I could see Dolph Ziggler, Joe Hendry, Jeff Hardy. I kind of had Big E on the side. I just don't know if he's ready for that. But I don't think there's going to be as many surprises.
Yeah, you went with Nikki Bella on the women's side.
Yeah, Nikki Bella, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch,
and The Rock.
Oh, I had The Rock. Yeah, Alex, I had The Rock coming in at 31. I know it's 30, but I had him coming in at 31. Him scrapping away the bad work that Dwayne Johnson has done, and I think The Rock needs to come out, the final boss. He needs to come out and make himself the 31st entrant into the Royal Rumble and surprise everybody. So
and I went with Bad Bunny for the men, and I went with Vanessa Hudgens for the women.
That Vanessa Hudgens one is so good, but I like that one. But yeah, that's definitely the Royal Rumble. That's and let me just go through the winners of the past few years. The winners have been Cody Rhodes twice, Brock Lesnar before that, Edge before that, Drew McIntyre before that, 2019 Seth Rollins, 2018 Shinsuke Nakamura, 2017 Randy Orton, 2016 Triple H. That's the one where he won the championship, and where they made Roman Reigns' championship up for grabs, and he won it. By the way, Vic, 1, 2, 3, 4. Four out of the last 10 Royal Rumbles, the winner has eliminated Roman Reigns. Wait,
Wow.
yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Yeah. So the last time John Cena won it was in 2013. He's also won it in 2008. That was one of the greatest pops of all time, where he comes, like, everybody thought that with his pec injury he was going to be out for a long time. And here he comes at the number 30, and he eliminates Triple H and goes on to WrestleMania. So, but yeah, those are some of our predictions. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Definitely appreciate Vic, the producer, for coming up with this idea. This was awesome. I said, it'll probably be only 30 minutes. We did an hour and 10. So
we got a full show out of it.
Yeah, so. Galley Nation. I don't see Cena winning either. I think what I said is what's going to happen. He's going to be one of the final ones eliminated. He's going to sit there while the champion celebrates, points at the sign, and then points up at whatever champion they want. And Cena's going to sit there and kind of be like, what's next? Like, what am I supposed to do? By the way, I think he's been in Turkey or something filming in Budapest, filming a new movie. So everybody's been asking, why is he not on Monday Night Raw? It's because he's filming a new movie. So
yeah, and he's got Peacemaker. I think he already finished Peacemaker.
He did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he wanted to finish everything before he came back. But yeah, those are our predictions. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think. We'll try and do a recap next week, even if it's a quick one from Radio Row. Yeah, we'll try and do something. I'm excited for the Royal Rumble, to be honest. Like I said, this is like, it's WrestleMania, then it's the Royal Rumble, then SummerSlam for me. I love the Royal Rumble. I think it's awesome. I'm very excited about the Royal Rumble, and I definitely am interested to see what Triple H is going to do with this. So thank you, Vic, for jumping on with me. This was awesome. And again, folks, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Next week, we're going to be at Radio Row. We already have some great stuff cooking. We have some interviews that we're going to have. Have a good night, guys. I'll be at the Rumble in the 9th row behind the commentary. Oh, Galley Nation, that is awesome. Have fun, man. Hey, if you have a Pat McAfee jersey, make sure you show it to him. He might autograph it for you. But yeah, have a good night. Thank you so much, Galley Nation, for jumping on. Definitely awesome having you. And then next week we should maybe Monday we'll give our takeaways from it. So we'll let you guys all know. Again, we're gonna be at Radio Row next week. We have a lot of cool interviews coming up, so make sure you guys are tuned in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you hit the notification button so whenever we have videos jumping on, we have that. So again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. For Vic, the producer, I'm Fernando Ramirez. Thank you guys so much for jumping on Compas on the Beat, Fernando's Hour. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend.